Hey guys, this is Dr. Kanan Jewelry, consultant OBGYN, obstetrician and gynecologist and a mom to two kids. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about the PCOS diet. So as I already mentioned in my last video, diet and exercise are the mainstay of treatment for PCOS. Now 80% PCOS people are obese, and it's very important to lose weight for these people to get their hormonal balance back. And that I know it's very difficult for PCOS people to lose weight. It's really frustrating. People come to me every day and say that, ma'am, no matter what I do, I am not able to lose my weight. But trust me, it is possible with the right kind of diet and adequate exercise. Also, for the non-obese PCOS people, it is very important to follow the right diet to get their hormonal balance back. So now when we are talking about the PCOS diet, what does it mean? Like, am I going to talk about some specific diets like say keto diet or vegan diet or Mediterranean diet that is quite popular these days? See, let's understand what does diet mean. That is basically the food that you consume, right? Now for all the people who want to stay healthy, you need to take a balanced diet. Now, balanced diet means you are getting all the nutrients like proteins, carbs, fats, fibers, vitamins, minerals in the right amount. Now, if you are suffering from some condition, some health condition, then your doctor will try to tell you to change some things or modify your diet in certain ways. For example, if you are having diabetes, your doctor will ask you to reduce your sugar and fat intake and increase your protein and fiber intake instead. So, when we are talking about the PCOS diet, we need to think about this certain modifications. I'll be talking to you about some scientific tips that you can use to modify your diet. And another important thing is when you are formulating your diet plans, keep in mind that you get all the ingredients very easily so that you can pursue your diet for longer. For example, if I suggest you to eat something like exotic fruit or vegetable on a daily basis, even though it is very healthy, but how long will you be able to pursue this kind of diet? First of all, it is very costly. Second, not easily available. Okay, so now let's start with the points to keep in mind for setting your PCOS diet. First thing, avoid processed food, avoid refined carbohydrates and direct sugar. For example, bakery items like white bread, cookies, biscuits, and cakes, pastries, direct sugars like cold drinks or candies, desserts, chocolates, etc. What these things will do, they will immediately rise your blood sugar levels and it will hamper with your sugar metabolism. It will worsen your insulin resistance and it won't allow you to lose your weight effectively. So as I already mentioned in my last video, insulin resistance is one of the worst things in PCOS which doesn't allow you to lose your weight effectively. Next thing, second point to remember, increase the fiber content of your diet. Now how do you increase your fiber content? Eat whole grains like whole wheat. Like if you are eating maida or refined flour, please switch to whole wheat. Use other whole grains like barley, millets like bajra, jawar, ragi, etc. Eat plenty of legumes and pulses like chickpeas, chana, moong, tur dal, then kidney beans, red beans, all kinds of lentils. Next, increase the amount of vegetables that you have in your diet, and this should be non-starchy vegetables. Don't eat potatoes. So what are the non-starchy vegetables? Everything like tomatoes, cucumber, capsicum, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, green leafy vegetables like spinach and methi, etc. Increase the amount of fruits that you take in your diet and avoid fruit juices. If you eat the raw fruits like that, then you will get more fibers. Now, increasing the amount of fibers in your diet will help in your digestion, it will help with your insulin resistance, and it will make you feel fuller for longer periods of time. Okay, so third thing, don't forget to take proteins in your diet. What do proteins do? So basically, proteins increase your satiety levels. You will get less cravings for the unhealthy snacks that you eat. Second thing, proteins are they boost muscle metabolism and they help you burn down the fats. So what are the good sources of protein? First is animal protein and second is plant protein. So animal protein comes from, if you are having a non-vegetarian diet, then you can eat chicken, fish, eggs, dairy products like cottage cheese or paneer and regular cheese. And plant proteins come from all the pulses and legumes like beans, peas, etc. Now, the fourth thing to remember is include healthy fats in your diet. Contrary to the myth that fats make you fat, some healthy fats are really essential for your body. So, it depends on what kinds of fat you take. So, the healthy fats like omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids, they help you with the hormone productions in your body and also decrease the inflammation levels in your body. So what are the good sources of healthy fats? Very easily available and practical to eat are nuts like almonds, walnuts. They're excellent sources of fat. If you are a non-vegetarian, then you can have fish. They are also good sources of healthy fatty acids. Next are the seeds like pumpkin seeds or flax seeds, etc. Then avocados, olive oil, these are all good sources of fat. Now over here I would like to add that dairy fat is very bad for your health. It contains high amounts of saturated fats, which is bad for your heart health, and it also increases inflammation in your body. So avoid dairy fats as long as possible. And for example, like if you are drinking milk, then try to drink the toned milk or low fat milk. Or if you're just buying raw milk, then you can boil it and remove the upper creamy layer and drink the remaining milk. Right. Okay, so the last fifth point to consider is increase the amount of antioxidants that you take in your diet. So see, in simple terms, where do you get antioxidants from? Eating fresh fruits and vegetables daily and you are good to go. You will get all kinds of antioxidants from that. So to make a list of sources that provide you antioxidants, that will be brewed coffee, then herbs like coriander, mint, and spices like cloves, all kinds of fruits, especially citrus fruits, berries, vegetables like carrots, tomatoes, etc. This all give you good amount of antioxidants. So let us conclude and let me tell you what a PCOS diet would look like. So this is your plate. 50% of your plate should be full of good fruits and vegetables, like fresh fruits and vegetables. 25% of your plate should be full of proteins like curd, yogurt, or pulses, or meat, lean meat if you are eating that. The remaining 25% should include everything else like carbs and fats and everything. In the end, I would again like to make a list of things that you should avoid, and that will be cold drinks, soda, desserts, chocolates, candies, basically anything sugary. And another thing that you should remember, that consistency is the key to weight loss. So don't just get tired if you are following this diet for 7 days and you don't see any weight loss. It will definitely happen. Keep eating healthy, keep exercising, and you'll be good and healthy. Thank you so much.